Hey guys, the bot builder's back, and this is the thing that I do now, I guess. What's up? That was the worst intro. Hello everybody, the bot builder's back, and welcome to the alternative first round podcast. The podcast where we pretty much go through all the crap robots and what would happen if they somehow progressed further than they did and beat an infinitely better machine in basically every single way in a fight. Pretty much the basic premise. And as usual, we are here with my co-host, Alvi Islam.
Why'd you employ
me?
Hello.
Yes. And we also have two special guests. Our first one, he was from the first episode, but that's because no one else on the Discord server wanted to join. It's a Kimby.
I am back.
He's pretty much just a reserve. He's pretty much the Binky of the alternative first rounds podcast.
I'm the town.
No, it doesn't mean we have Dead Slot because Kimby got there first. Instead, we have
me, Dead
Crystal Carnage.
Ooh, Crystal.
Hello, everyone.
And I should have been on the first episode. Life happened.
Yes. And because life happened, your profile pic on Discord is 02.
No, don't bring that up.
I just did.
I was gonna say, glad to be on Hamilton's channel. Oh wait, that's the wrong video.
Oh! Actually, it doesn't really matter because I've technically done a name reveal on Rosada's channel, so yeah.
Everyone on your channel asking for a name reveal. Don't know what.
Yeah, I've already done it. It's not on this channel. It's on Rosada's channel. I've already done it. Just listen to his podcast.
When are we gonna get the face reveal?
Oh yeah, the bot builder face reveal. The bot builder face reveal. Oh yes, forever shrouded in mystery with its funny mask and funny glasses. Which are definitely not mine. Anyway, so last time on the alternative first round podcast, we already have an incredibly star-studded lineup of grand finalists in a silver doorstop and a robot with a fan. Yeah, Grunt and Leebot are in the grand finals. To be honest, it's Series 1, there wasn't really much competition. They were robots that worked, and that's just pretty much how they won.
Alright.
Let's go to
our first fight.
So our first fight, we're doing Heat C. And the first fight is going to be actually an interesting matchup. As it's two robots I felt could have done a lot better in Series 1. It's Plunderbird 1 versus Cruella. So, any thoughts about the matchup so far? Because I think it's an interesting matchup.
I feel like it's a little bit depending on what weapon use it.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Depending on what weapon uses.
I'd imagine they'd use the saw for damaging reasons.
They would probably use it for damage. But I don't think that would get proper damage. I might have to say Cruella. Just because they have the more control. Plunderbird did not look like the fastest robot this time.
Right, interesting. Alvi Islam? Ooh, and why is that?
Just because Plunderbird.
Just because it's Plunderbird.
They give a proper reason because it's Plunderbird.
I mean, not gonna lie, it do be Plunderbird though.
It's a new vibe. And it has extra weapons.
Ooh, didn't like Cruella have like a really tiny source sticking out of the robot in Series 1, or was that only in Series 2?
That was Series.
So
That was Series 2.
that was Series 2.
Cruella had the double wedge.
Had a double wedge.
And for some reason, despite the fact it was based on 101 Dalmatians, they made it black with white spots, which is not how Dalmatians look. I haven't watched 101 Dalmatians in ages.
That was.
So what about you, Akimbi?
Right, you
Well,
like-
just looking at the wiki, Plunder Barn had an 8mm round clearance. Cruella had 0 round clearance. So yeah, Cruella wins.
Well, before we get confirmation, I would need to say this one thing that could play devil's advocate. If you rewatch Cruella versus Robot the Bruce, Cruella didn't actually have that great pushing power.
It might
could
not
have
have
pushed
pushed
Robot the
pushing
Bruce
power,
around.
but it had the best chance of turning Robot the Bruce over.
Yeah, and there's also the
It was
fact that
certainly
the
better
driver
than
of
what Wedge
Cruella...
tried to attempt.
Oh, not Wedgehog. Oh, Sonic the Wedgehog. Hi, I'm Sonic the Wedgehog. Go fast, chili dogs.
No, you have a tiny for a weapon.
Ugh. Yeah,
Go fast.
man. Can we? In my opinion, the best Sonic character is Crash Bandicoot.
True.
No. So overall, despite me playing devil's advocate, because I will admit Plunderbird 1 is one of my favourites to win this entire thing, so definitely no bias at all. No one's going to change their opinion.
Nah.
That's a shame.
Plunderbird opinion.
Yeah, Alvi Islam spitting facts. So Cruella wins, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if Plunderbird got Dreadnought or something like that, that would have been an easy win for it.
Yeah, but because Robot the Bruce won the heat, they got replaced by the robot who lost in the gauntlet of the heat, and they got drawn against Cruella. But hey,
It's a little bit unlucky for Plunderbird. I think they would have gone further.
yeah, I think they're definitely a grand finalist worthy machine. Definitely a lot more than Leebot and Grunt, but I mean, it's the way it is, and that's the thing with alternative first games.
Alright.
This is better than Build a Bot vs. Bay.
They're my base in Series 1. Pussycat's my main base.
Yeah, well, my Bane Series 1's Tracy.
We all know who your player is, Pistol Carnage.
What, 02?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on before...
I swear I will murder you, Akimbi.
What are you gonna do? Ban me?
He actually can do that because he owns the server. So probably be careful. Anyway, the next fight. So whoever wins this will take on Cruella. And it's such a great matchup between two really good robots in a wooden wedge in WYSIWYG and Dreadnought. Specifically Series 1 Dreadnought.
This would technically be a rematch from Football.
Oh yeah, the best soccer event they've ever had. It was somewhat more lackluster than the Series 3 soccer final. Don't know how they did that.
Congratulations, you're through to the heat final.
To be honest, I agree. Dreadnought were really not great in Series 1.
Literally, they were almost they were protected with tinfoil.
I mean, Dreadnought is big, but it's like a big guy who just constantly gets a severe heart attack.
Dreadnought just looks
like Dreadnought. I'll say Dreadnought is the coolest looking bot from its heat.
Yes.
Performance-wise,
I'd say Dreadnought's one of the best looking robots in Series 1 in general. Not saying much, but it still looks quite cool for the time.
It looks like if
Yeah,
the performance
performance-wise, it should have gone out in the trials.
maybe that's a
Maybe that's
before you
before you became a hard
robot.
robot.
Yeah,
But
and then he
it has-
cloned himself, which is why.
Maybe Dreadnought inspired to kill a lot.
Oh
has-
no!
But it
Oh
has the
god!
helmet of the Stig.
The Stig.
But it's
Oh,
yellow.
don't get started with the Stig.
Yeah, we
Oh.
Yeah, we are
Stig, we have
black
white
Stig,
Stig.
we have white Stig.
Now we have yellow Stig.
Now we have yellow Stig.
I guess we could call it the Sting, because Bumblebee Sting and Bumblebees are black and yellow. It's an unfunny joke.
Maybe
It's not
that's
funny.
how
I
Germans
should have
got
never
the
said.
Stig.
Got the Stig.
That's the original Stig.
That's the original Stig.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Well, that is just going to be the video thumbnail now. I'm just going to edit just the helmet of Dreadnought over just the Stig.
That's
Wow.
It's either going to be that. It's either going to be that, or I just take a scene from Dalmatians 3 for the PS2 and just edit Cruella just over all the things' faces. But that was
have an image of like tons of Dalmatians just put Cruella over the heads.
yeah, over all their heads. Akimbi, who do you think's going to win between Wizzywig and the Stig?
Jesus Christ.
WYSIWYG.
Come on, this simple, really.
What you see is what you get. And what we got was a fight between a wooden wedge and a robot that doesn't even work properly.
Yeah, it was the Stig.
It's the Stig!
The Stig always wins.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna say this now, I reckon the Stig is in the actual Stig, is in the guy in the helmet would win Robot Wars Series 1 if he entered. He'd just kick off the robot's asses.
Imagine if his first attack was Psycho Sprout.
Oh my god!
Perfect
Oh.
target
practice.
Nah, but we're doing Psycho Sprout for next episode because it isn't. That's going to be a fun one to discuss. But we're now moving on to the Heat final.
I wish it
before
would
we
have
seen a fight.
That would have been brilliant. But before we move on to the Heat final, I need to reference probably one of the greatest JP quotes of all time in Series 2, when Dreadnought lost to Oblivion. Jonathan Pierce just said, "Dreadnought, Deadnought."
So true.
So true.
Just stop, Jonathan.
Hollywood underscore wow.
Just so
true.
Hollywood laugh track. Oh. So now the Heat final is quite a one-sided one, as we just have Cruella versus Wizzywig. It's like putting up. It's like putting up someone against a mini-me version of themselves.
I think no.
Yeah.
I think Norman would win.
I think
What
You're
Cruella?
going for Wizzy.
no.
No.
The Stig
The Stig
would go through
would
those
go
doors
through
and
those
just
doors.
annihilate them.
Just annihilate them all.
You bring out a chainsaw and just saw Wizzywig in half.
Yes.
Yes.
Wizzywig takes up WWE wrestling. So why do you think what you see is what you get will win? Is it because it beat a French robot in 1996?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Steel at Work was very good. Alright.
I also
think
would take
Cruella would take it.
Yeah, I back Cruella. I mean, to me, this is just like putting up Ant and Dec versus Little Ant and Little Dec. That's probably happened. I don't know. I don't watch.
It was just
It was just like
you hold your hand out and the head just goes away. Like, you can't hit me.
Yes, or maybe it's gonna be like a first-person shooter where Cruella is trying to shoot Wizzywig, but they can't because the hitbox is too small. My God, there's so much. There's just too much thumbnail potential in this already.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
If you don't put the
Oh,
Stig,
if you
I'm
don't
gonna
put the
punch you and you're
I'm
gonna
gonna punch you
die.
and you're gonna
The
die.
thumbnail edition episode.
Yes.
Stig.
So,
Stig.
Akimbi, you're pretty much the tiebreaker. So, who's gonna win between a wedge and another wedge. Because I think the wedge will win.
Well, obviously there's gonna be a lot of destruction in this match. To be honest, I'm gonna say WYSIWYG. Just WYSIWYG.
What just fuck it with? So WYSIWYG's actually gonna beat Cruella.
Are you serious?
Oh no, come on, no. I mean, to be honest, I can see WYSIWYG beating Cruella because Cruella's driver was really good.
Really good?
He wasn't really good. He drove on the grill after dominating against Robot the Bruce. So pretty much what you're saying is that you think that will happen here. Is that what you're saying, Akimbi and Alvi?
Well, I'm saying the Stig will come out and kill them all.
That's just not gonna happen.
Yes, it will.
Why do you really want the Stig to come on?
Because that's how Jeremy Clarkson will poison.
Oh my god! And then Stig just takes off the helmet, and it turns out it was Richard Hammond, and that's how Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond met.
I don't agree.
Oh my god! So I mean, no, being serious. Who do you think will win between Cruella and WYSIWYG? Because Akimbi says WYSIWYG because frickin'. Okay, thank God we're getting Cruella in the finals and not WYSIWYG. Thank God.
But the Stig's still going.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
the
so
things still happen.
Literally, all I say is WYSIWYG getting stuck under the
But although that does mean some sad news that we won't be getting all 3 stock robots in the grand final.
Ouch.
I know, it's sad. We won't have the legendary matchup of Grunt, WYSIWYG, and Eubank the Mouse. But now, but we do have Cruella in the grand final.
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
This episode's the best.
This is way better than the first one, my god.
Halfway through the first episode.
Because there's Heat D to go on with, which is easily my least favourite Heat in Series 1. Seriously, this Heat is not good.
And the best robot Raw.
The
best robot
what, Vector of Armageddon?
in the gauntlet.
Speaking of which, the first fight is easily the best Series 1 featherweight versus the worst Series 1 featherweight. Vector of Armageddon versus Bugs.
Victor of Armageddon.
Vector of Armageddon was actually quite a competently built featherweight for the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam Clark still has it.
Yeah, it also did appear out of 2019.
Yeah. Like, I would like to see, like, a new Vector of Armageddon just in the featherweight scene. I'd imagine it has the potential to be, like, I don't know, a Tiny Toon-esque machine, where it's just a fast, nimble, well-driven pusher. But this isn't Dominus Ignus's 10 classic robots reimagined. No, this is the alternative first round. I mean, you need to decide who would win between Vector of Armageddon and Bugs, which is a match that is going to be really difficult to figure out who would potentially win.
Absolutely, Bugs is going to dominate.
That's not a bug.
It's not a bug.
That just
It's
looks
a god.
like a cap with a cat's tail and a fish's thing attacked with one of the dead metal side things from Series 3. So yeah.
I think it's like a modified mini vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it's just a
I think it's
that's the top part of Henry.
Yeah, I would. Henry Hoover is like one of my favourite.
Henry of old.
No, that's insulting to Henry Hoover.
He has a tail.
Who's?
I have a Hetty Hoover.
No, who were all the Hoovers? So it was Henry the Hoover. Wasn't there like a Gordon, who's like the orange one or something?
Yeah.
There's a
Look.
pink one, Hetty.
Oh yes. Yeah, I've seen that one.
I know
Wait, I'm looking this up. I'm curious. I'm looking this up. We need to find out all of the Henry Hoovers.
If you probably have never owned a
Probably
Henry,
have never owned
you've
a
never lived on
Never
planet Earth.
lived on planet Earth.
If you don't know what a Henry Hoover is, you're just
You would have never existed.
Never existed.
yeah. If you don't know what a Henry Hoover is, just I feel bad for you because this is like one of the most British things to ever exist. Americans, they weep because they don't know what Henry Hoover is.
It can be.
It can be.
What about me?
What about me?
There's a blue one.
This is a blue one.
I've fairly certain that one's just called Henry as well.
There's
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah.
I think
Henry.
that's what the blue one is.
Right. Alright, it's Charles. So we have Charles, James, George, Henry, Harry, and Hetty.
And Henry.
And Henry.
Because the blue,
Yeah.
the grey one's also
The
Henry.
grey one's also Henry.
Shall we try and move on?
Move on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
back to
back
then
on,
wins,
then
blah blah
wins,
blah.
yeah, let's move on to the next fight, which is also another really one-sided matchup between probably one of the worst featherweights I've seen. That honestly, I'm confident I can make a better robot of than this thing, Crazy Tokyo, and Saturn, which is a robot I quite like the look of.
Okay, if Saturn loses this match, we'll kill.
Oh, what does Mitch like Saturn?
It looks like
It looks like a Mitch bot.
It does look like a bot he would like. It looks like Warhog, and he likes Warhog. Sort of got a similar face to it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say Warhawk. I should say Warhawk. Only ESC fans will get that joke.
reference.
Crazy Tokyo.
Yeah, referencing an infinitely better podcast.
An early version of
Early
Razor.
version of Razor.
Rip up the judge's decision podcast.
Ooh,
Why does
ooh,
Crazy
you
Tokyo look like Razor?
Looks like Razor.
But if it was
No,
Pirate
no,
But
Feet-
if it was Pirate Feet.
I'm just looking at the picture
I'm
from
just
the
looking at the
wiki.
picture from the wiki.
If you look at it from some angles,
If you look at it from some
it does
angles,
look like Razor.
it does look like Razor.
what Crazy Tokyo?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I know it doesn't actually.
That isn't.
no, it doesn't actually.
But it,
It it kind of does a tiny bit without the claw.
yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
It weighs
Yeah.
3.2 kilograms, and I think one of my favorite Mr. Psycho quotes of all time is when he was looking at the stats of Crazy Tokyo. The first thing he said was, "My shit weighs more than this thing."
What was the million
What
comprised
was
of?
million comprised of?
Styrofoam.
How do you know
How do
this, Mr. Psycho?
Yeah, we're calling you out. He probably doesn't even remember saying that, but I think he said something like that.
Well, that
But-
was like.
Oh, that was like.
I'm just looking through the wiki, and according to Oliver Steeples, whilst Crazy Tokyo was being taken out of the arena, the remote control car went to overdrive, chewing up the jumper of the man carrying it, and burning out the robot's resistors. No, that is... Oh
That's
my
just
god.
me
So
for Crazy
evil.
Tokyo.
Oh,
imagine
the
in
series
Series
one.
Like, Crazy Tokyo will be the first beefcake.
Yeah, except unlike Beefcake, it's kind of rubbish.
Can you play Tokyo Drift in the
Oh, it's
back?
even more rubbish.
Yeah, like Beefcake at least moved. Crazy Tokyo...
To you, it's like
Dice
Rohog
bugs.
Roadhog levels of rubbish.
There are very few things that are Rohog levels of rubbish.
Is Crazy Tokyo one of them?
Yeah, build a bot
Not
there.
quite. Not quite.
Build a
Yeah,
bot
build a
there.
bot.
Go out
build,
and
Go out and just
admit that you're not better.
Not better.
build a bot. No,
I
build a
mean,
bot
I
there.
can
He
have
probably
one.
likes Crazy Tokyo.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, to the Heat final, because I think we didn't even vote for that one. We just all agreed that Saturn would just win, because Crazy
Yeah.
Tokyo is just
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the Heat final, Vector of Armageddon, and the Sega Saturn.
That'll be an
That'll be
interesting
an
match.
interesting match.
The Sega Saturn. itself versus Vector of Armageddon.
I also think someone would actually take it.
Oh, controversy!
Get Armageddon.
Yeah.
Vector of Armageddon.
Literally, Vector of Armageddon, as we saw in the gauntlet, it wasn't that fast, and Saturn was actually quite a fast machine.
It's listed on the
So
wiki.
I honestly think literally, like, you turn it around Vector of Armageddon and like push it around and maybe like get caught upside down.
Oh, but Akimbi was just spat some facts at us.
Some facts. Saturn is only 10 miles according to the wiki. Also has like 10 millimeters ground clearance, so...
Wait.
Well, Vector of Armageddon is literally like only weaponized in one area. Saturn has 2 areas to defend, with both of its wedges and the 2 spikes as well.
The Vector of Armageddon wins only because it's 0.2 kilograms heavier.
It may be heavier.
Yeah, it's only like
Literally, it may be heavier, but that doesn't mean a damn thing.
Yeah, it does.
Oh!
Yeah, it does. Because it means.
Right, here comes the 10th ban for Alvi Islam.
No, you can't 10th ban him now. He needs to.
The reason why Armageddon's head weight is better because they get bullied more in the finals.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because either way, whoever wins this is pretty much going to come 6th place in the grand final. But I mean,
They can take
get Saturn in the final.
give Saturn the win. Come on.
Get Saturn the win.
Oh, Akimbi struggling. Alvi Islam turned on him. Well, 2 beats 1. I mean, we didn't really see much of either.
You survived this time.
Never sing again. Never sing again. Otherwise, you'll get 10th banned from your own server.
Can we play Tokyo Drift?
Hey, I'm only doing this because I don't want you to get copyright.
I'm not going to play the songs anyway. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, in my opinion on the fight, we didn't really see much of either. We didn't really see much of the featherweights just in general in fighting capabilities, so it's kind of difficult to judge. And I would probably put that on proof, but
I'm only going with analysis from the appearances.
Yeah, so Saturn's in the finals, and Mitch from Your Cop can be happy. Plot twist, it turns out he doesn't like Saturn, but I mean, that's beside the point.
Unlike Rira with Detonator.
Yeah, I'm still not sorry, Rira. Detonator, did he lose to Leebot?
Yeah.
Of course. So, yeah, so we now have our 2 grand finalists, which are Saturn and Cruella. So currently, we have 4 grand finalists, which is Grunt, Leebot, Cruella, and Saturn. Right now, who would you say would most likely win? Obviously, not doing any analysis or anything, or going deep into it.
Don't know.
Psycho Sprout.
Yeah, Psycho
wins.
Psycho Sprout wins.
A robot wins. There we go. A robot.
Well,
yeah, actually,
Stig wins.
Good grief. But next time on the alternative first round, we'll fill in we'll get our final 2 grand finalists, and we'll do the grand finals itself. And which will probably be a big episode. And in those last 2 heats, we get such classic robots like the Blob and Psycho Sprout and Elvis. And Full Metal Anorak, which I'm most likely going to make a Full Metal Alchemist joke about the name at some point, and so much more.
And we have an even special guest. Coming next week.
Me again.
Yeah, I'll be a Kimby again, most likely.
Yeah, Kimby again, and I'll probably miss out because I've got life.
Yeah, but we do like to try and get different people on here. We'll probably reschedule it because the next time to a different time, just so maybe we could get some Americans on here.
Yes.
Maybe get Theo Hummel and Chaotix Robotics spitting their straight facts.
You might have me on like
straight
that
facts
kind
about
of
Can
Can we get World of Woodruff?
World of Woodrow doesn't want to join the server for safeguarding
Doesn't
reasons.
use
Discord.
World of Woodruff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's explained why in the live stream why he wouldn't join the Discord server, and I think it's a reasonable reason.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, it's
Also,
understandable.
what happened to
What happened to the Annihilator live stream?
What? Yeah, I thought it was going to upload it. World of Woodrow, upload the Annihilator live stream. I would like. It was fun. It
I had
was
to go
fun.
to bed during the time you were recording it.
Anyway, let's get back on topic,
guys.
I might do a live stream tomorrow, maybe. Just because frick it, Gravy Zone.
Going to college.
It's just gonna be like a live stream of you just pouring gravy over chicken.
Well, just while Sonic music plays, because Gravy Zone.
What's that presenter? What's that? What is that director? We've run
Maybe
out of
Bill
time.
will be sabotaging it.
Oh no, this is getting out of hand. Let's just.
Guys, the producer.
Let's just close it off.
Have a time for this episode.
So, Alvi Islam, you do the outro because that's your job, I guess.
If you like,
That you don't get paid for.
Alternative First Round, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that like button. That knows what we like. Alternative First Round, etc. And don't forget to subscribe to your guests because they're really helpful and etc.
Yeah, subscribe even though I do nothing.
Well, follow Crystal Conj's TikTok. There's always that, I suppose.
Oh yeah, follow that, Crystal Robotics.
And then
Yeah.
like me, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got.
Ooh, we got what?
TikTok. What's that?
One moment.
What?
Anyway.
That's pretty much. That was pretty much me when I'd step on Lego.
Mr. Producer, don't fire
Anyway.
us.
Funny.
The guys,
So,
the
yeah.
builder out.
Yeah, the bot builder out. Bye.
Producer,
bot
don't
builder
fire us.
Let's just get out of here.
Sub to build a bot and Rosada.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave now if you guys don't.
Subscribe to
Alright.
PewDiePie.
Don't.
What's that, Mr. Producer?
T-Series.
You gonna fire
Yeah.
us? Okay, right, we have to go. The bot builder out.
Yes.
But out.
Let's get out of here now.
Yeah.